Hello, and here we are for game one. We are going to be playing Benedictus, who's playing Sync. Uh, so, the thing we really want with this deck is something like a security testing and a desperado, or a career favorable resource in our opening hand. And we've got nearly all of those things. So we've got a career fair for a daily casts, we've got a desperado, we've got some of the parts of our stealth rig, and we've got a plascrete just in case this sync has anything naughty planned. So this is a fairly easy start. We'll just play out our stuff and take a look at the free run on R&D. Now obviously that's a bit of a misplay on my part. I should probably see. So my concern there is if I leave the refractor in hand and I run R&D and I hit a snare, then I could potentially lose my refractor with no way of recurring it. However, if I run last click and hit a snare, then I could potentially just lose. So either way, there was a risk associated with the that kind of last click R&D run. In the meantime, we're just throwing some stuff out. So security testing plus desperado means that we should have a good fund of credits coming in. Yeah, so we're going to just be heading towards his archives. So yeah, criminals pretty light on clickless draw, so Earthrise will do the job for us, and the Plascrete makes me feel more confident, especially as all our opponent is doing is just having all the money. I mean, all of it. So realistically, maybe some kind of Psycho Beal deck, or some kind of mid-seasons all your stuff is dead deck. So we're going to play this very cautiously. He's not putting us under any pressure. He's not scoring. He's not looking like he's scoring. So short of a biotic into an Astro, which is definitely a thing, but will also tell us he's not trying to kill us, and it will let us turn on the aggression a bit more. I think we're doing okay here. So yeah, we can name archives, get our dirty cash. And so, court players, here's the thing. When criminals name your archives, that means you don't have to Jackson away all of the agendas that you've dropped in there. In fact, you probably shouldn't. You should force them to use the click to go back and check, rather than signalling that there are agendas in there and using up your Jackson. So with the special order in hand, I'm now much less worried about sentries. So one of the reasons I've been hanging back is the annoyance of Gutenbergs. I decide in this game I don't really need the Katie Jones. I'm developing a decent amount of credits just from sec testing and desperado. So yeah, this is peculiar. When your opponent is just sat there with a pile of money but is doing nothing, isn't building a scoring remote, it feels suspect. Yeah, so I obviously don't need that second desperado. Yeah. So my rig is alright now. I obviously can't get through a wraparound still, but that's criminal for you, having to special order your breakers one at a time. Is this going to be the... Oh no, he's actually building a scoring remote. So something about me playing Switchblade has made him think, oh right, now I need to I wonder if it's something like a splashed Taurus to try and kill my Plascrete. That's definitely possible. So yeah, we're just going to test his R&D. And there's the wraparound we can't beat, so straight back into digging for breaker pieces. Astro, yeah, should have really contested that. Leaving that agenda there was definitely a mistake. So we'll just generate a huge amount of money here. Yeah. So that'll let us discard that. And the career fair, yes, that seems reasonable. Obviously, keeping the film critic around means that quantum predictive model is less of an issue. But he's just straight up astro training out at this point. So what I need to do is get aggressive. There is a special order for a corroder. So next turn what I want to do is special order for corroder, install corroder, probably install HQI and then hammer HQ. But the fact he's playing restructure rather than just scoring out here means, I guess, that he probably doesn't have agendas in hand now. Also, so if you're on 32 credits, I'm not sure spending a click in order to play restructure is the best use of your time. Okay, so he's icing up his archives. We're going to go fetch our corroder and install it. Now we can vet his hand, but he hasn't shown any indication that he's got an agenda in there. So let's just try and establish the R&D lock. So yeah, sure, he's got a scored astro token, but what we want to do now is just make it so that he never ever ever scores an agenda ever again. Wraparound restructure, okay. So we're now in a situation where we can basically run at any of his servers for free. So now what Benedictus needs to do is to leverage that astro token into the win. If he can't do that, if he can't draw his way out of the R&D lock, ooh, a snatch and grab. So he's going to get to kill my film critic. Except he just pumps it by 3, which is really weird. So he snatch and grabs me and I beat the trace easily. So yeah, very confused by that sequence of play there. So we name archives. Now obviously we have to contest these installs. Just going to go, while he's only got 3 cards in hand, we can just go quickly check his HQ. The HQ interface will give us a decent set of information. There's the wraparound we saw off R&D. So yeah, there's a Psycho. So MSR Psycho Beal would be my guess. So yeah, so time to contest all of these servers. Naked Beal. We're just going to do that on the off chance, you know, mid-season replacements is a thing. and we'll gain our money from sec testing. And yes, somehow I just didn't go and get the other Beal. So now I'm in big trouble. I now have to stop him from ever drawing an agenda. It's a ballsy play going double install 2 agendas, but I assume he's got a mid-seasons he's just waiting to bury me with tags with. So now even something like breaking news or 15 minutes loses us the game. So we have to have that. So yeah, as you can see, I've essentially got, even though he's got 33 credits and could res every piece of ice that he's got, because of the power of an assembled stealth rig, I've essentially got free access to any of his servers. Oh, here comes the mid-seasons, which I was expecting. Again, not sure why I paid for the NAPD when I could have just hosted it on the Film Critic. It's a huge misplay on my part. So yeah, I'm buried. And then he trashes my Ghost Runner, which is, again, like a super strange choice. Right, what I should really be doing here is trying to find another R&D interface. Yeah, that's irrelevant. Yeah, at this point, I might as well get money by siphoning, because I've already got 15 tags, so sure. Okay, so it's a toll booth, so we can match strength and break. Yeah. So really what we're trying to do here is put him in a position where he can't score or do anything nasty with his piles of credits. So at 3 credits, I'm not going to get double scorched. Beanstalk's good. Yeah, so he's back up to 8, but we should really just be digging for an R&D interface. There we go. Install that. And run his R&D. So essentially what we can't allow him to have is a Jackson or any agendas. Psycho, another NAPD which we'll take, and a Beal, and that's game. So yeah, so some critical misplays there. Not NAPDing the not film criticking the NAPD was a huge error, but establishing the R&D lock against a deck not equipped to draw through it, and having free access to all his servers gave us the win.